The King Crunchers have won 2 in a row. They have not dropped a set, and they're looking for win number 3 today as they take on their nemesis, the HD Spikers. They've sandwiched a loss in between 2 wins, and they're looking to start a winning streak here today after coming off a 3-set win against the Meat Master Butchers. Hi, everybody, and welcome to today's matchup. The 2 highest profile teams in the Invitational Conference are going at it. The CRISS King Crunchers taking on the CIGNAL HD Spikers. Hi, everybody. Thank you for watching us on Pilipinas Live and One Sports Plus. Eric Capan alongside Ayala Straniero. We're going to be joined courtside by Mika Amisabis in just a little bit, but what a matchup we have for the 3rd game today, Ayala.
Definitely a big game given the rivalry of CRISS and CIGNAL. Again, both teams coming off straight set wins, but what's interesting is that they have a big addition. They have powerhouse lineups. Let's see whose game plan and execution will come out victorious today.
All right, we'll take a look at the starting lineup and the standings, I beg your pardon, of so far the very early start of our Invitational Conference.
Now, 4 teams still undefeated. They have been led by FEU. Earlier had a scare against VNS, but they survived that one. Savoj playing consistently, CRISS as well, and the DLSU Echo Oil Green Oilers. Meanwhile, we find the CIGNAL HD Spikers in the middle of the standings, given their loss against the Savoj in their 2nd game.
All right, let's talk about the CRISS King Crunchers. This team, solid start to the Invitational Conference. They have not dropped a set. They've won 2 in a row, all 6 sets, and they took out the Navigators Iloilo very easily.
Now, in that game, the Navigators actually looked like they figured out CRISS in the start of the set, but the CRISS played steady volleyball and continued to improve as the game went on, and they didn't look back when they found their groove. Definitely banked on their strengths. Their strength, which is blocking 19 kill blocks, the most blocks in a 3 straight win. They also played a great spiking, 38 spikes against the 32 of the Navigators. And this is a team that also plays clean volleyball, plays consistently. That's why this is a team that is very dangerous to play against.
Well, that man is the leading scorer. 1 of 3 players in double digits, 14 points, a huge number, but almost half of that came from blocks for Gian Glorioso.
I mean, Gian Glorioso really has stood out in their first 2 games in this conference, playing efficiently as a middle blocker with his height and length. He is definitely a key player, especially in the front row. In their previous game, he wasn't just a threat in blocking, but also contributed a lot of points in terms of attacking. As he mentioned, 14 points in total, 6 attack points and 8 kill blocks, and he would like to replicate that number in terms of blocking because they're playing against a creative attacking team in CIGNAL.
Prior to the 8 blocks, he had 6 blocks as well in the very first game of the King Crunchers coming into the Invitational Conference. Now let's talk about their opponents, the CIGNAL HD Spikers. I don't know if that was a fluke, but they lost against Savoj in their 2nd game, but they bounced back big time against the Meat Master Butchers.
A very big bounce back game for the CIGNAL HD Spikers. After that, as you mentioned, painful loss against Savoj in 5 sets. They made sure that they started strong and controlled the match. And this is a team that is actually capable of doing it given their lineups. As you take a look at the numbers, a very dominant win by the CIGNAL HD Spikers. Again, one of their strengths is their offense, 45 spiking points against the 18 of Martelli. Definitely, they would want to challenge the blocking of CRISS in today's game by being very aggressive in attacking.
Well, no player, no HD Spiker was in double digits, but JM Ronquillo, the rookie, led the entire team with 9.
Immediate impact. One of the biggest additions really for the CIGNAL HD Spikers, JM Ronquillo, has been consistently contributing as he earns a starting spot in their past 3 games. Led the team, as he mentioned, in scoring in their previous game against Martelli with the absence of Jao Mandal. But really what is worth highlighting is the efficiency of this player. 72.7 spiking efficiency, a really high performance for our rookie in JM Ronquillo.
All right, for more about the game, let's go to Mika Amisabis.
All right, as we give you this powerhouse matchup, we would like to include you in a conversation through our Pilipinas Live app. And of course, our hashtag, which is SpikersTurf 2024, through our Facebook and Instagram pages. And if you guys want to join the conversation today, our question would be, who will be the hero of this marquee matchup? Will it be Jude Garcia, Jao Mandal, JM Ronquillo, or Gian Glorioso? Once again, who will be the hero of this marquee matchup? Now it's going to be CIGNAL versus CRISS sa pagbabalik ng SpikersTurf 2024.
Back here inside the Phil Sports Arena for the final game of your triple header, the Crisscross King Crunchers warming up, getting ready for probably their biggest game in the Invitational Conference. And just a quick recap for some of the fans between these two teams. They've met 4 times last Open Conference, and the HD Spikers won 3 of the 4 against Ish Polvorosa and the King Crunchers, Ayel.
And again, this Crisscross franchise is relatively a young team in the Spikers turf, but they've proven that their system is working, their preparation has been working against a team that has been in the Spikers turf for the longest time and has created really dominance in the tournament. But again, Crisscross coming in is really a big challenger for the Signal HD Spikers.
Owara Tamar, one of the new additions for the HD Spikers. He will go up against the former teammate on the other side, Nico Almendras, who was picked up in the offseason by the King Crunchers. Let's send it courtside for the official start of this matchup.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting our 2 national referees in charge for match number 19. Our first referee is Mr. Bobby Celso. And our second referee is Mr. Erlindo Eusebio. Introducing the starters for the Crisscross King Crunchers. Beginning with their team captain, opposite spiker number 8, Isay Marasigan. Outside hitter number 1, Angelo Almendras. Outside hitter number 5, Jude Garcia. Middle blocker number 7, Rex Intal. Setter number 14, Ish Polvorosa. Middle blocker number 16, Gian Glorioso. And their starting libero is number 18, Philip Pepito. The head coach of Crisscross is Mr. Anusorn Tai Bundit. Presenting the starting lineup of the Signal HD Spikers. Starting with their team captain, middle blocker number 8, JP Bugawan. Outside hitter number 10, Wendell Miguel. Opposite spiker number 17, JM Ronquillo. Setter number 18, EJ Casanya. Middle blocker number 20, Lloyd Josafat. Outside hitter number 21, Louis Ramirez. And their starting libero is number 7, Vince Lorenzo. The head coach of Signal is Mr. Dexter Clamore.
Starting lineup for the King Crunchers. No surprise, they've put out practically their big guns. They don't have Luca Mamon yet. He's not seeing action due to some paperwork. Malabunga also not in the lineup as you look at the HD Spikers. Here's a bit of a surprise. You don't have Owara Tamar in the starting lineup.
I guess both coaches actually choosing familiarity in this match. I mean, Polvorosa also starting, Marasigan starting for Crisscross, although we've seen them in their past games, but they haven't really started for Crisscross. And right now, Wendell Miguel also playing his first game this conference.
Also, Joshua Umandal not starting, although he did come from a bout with the flu. But he is 100% according to the trainers. Set number 1 just about to get underway. Ish Polvorosa, the longtime Blue Eagle. Ramirez with the pickup. Josafat with the first point of the opening sets.
Early activation here for Josafat. I mean, Casanya has to work hard today, especially in activating the middle, keeping the middle involved, because they would want to deceive the net defense of Crisscross.
Josafat coming off a 3-point performance. Polvorosa, back row. Jude Garcia, the reigning MVP of the Open Conference, with his first point.
Clean attack there coming from Garcia. What a play from Polvorosa, activating the back row right away. And Garcia has been one of the leading scorers for CRISS in this conference.
Coming off a 13-point performance in the last 2 games, double digits for Garcia. Nico Almendras with a serve, combination play. Wendell Miguel, nice pickup for the reigning best libero of the Open Conference, Mano Sumagid. Ramirez blocked by Marasigan. Here's a chance ball for the King Crunchers. Glorioso is turned away. Glorioso tries again. Easy pickup for Miguel. And off the side, J.M. Ronquillo knocks it off the blockers.
J.M. Ronquillo again, one of the efficient attackers here. One of the great additions for the Signal HD Spikers. Off the hands of Garcia on that sequence.
I talked about J.M. Ronquillo, such a lethal hitter, even when he was in college playing for De La Salle.
Definitely an asset here for the HD Spikers.
Very young, just 24 years old. Stands 6'4". Polvorosa sets it up. May with Jude Garcia and all that beach volleyball experience. Such leaping ability.
Exactly, really the athleticism of Jude Garcia. Well displayed in the sequence. Take a look at that. Changing angles, going long, finding that spot. Whew.
And by the way, Jude Garcia will turn 26 on Thursday, November 7. Here's Ramirez. Lulia Ramirez, NCAA veteran and multi-awarded player as well.
Ramirez again, also a reliable attacker. A lot of great attackers in this matchup. I mean, Ramirez attacking on top of the blockers on that one.
Ramirez. Serve down the line, picked up by Garcia. Garcia attacking. Ooh, tough cover. I mean, this time he went down the line. Earlier he went cross court.
And this is why he's a difficult attacker to read. He has so many options given his athleticism. And again, so far unstoppable in this match.
And when you jump that high, I mean, just the options are limitless. Meantime, Isai Marasigan, the 2-time UAAP champion, 6-time champion with the HD Spikers. There's Ramirez from the back row.
And this is also a great matchup between Polvorosa and Casania. So far, great playmaking. Casania choosing the attacker from the back row, Ramirez. Almendras on the right spot, just couldn't contain that power.
Ramirez, this is his second game playing for the HD Spikers in the Invitational Conference. He missed the first 2 games due to an injury. Marasigan, that is dug by Ramirez. The up by Wendell Miguel. Casania with a hit. How about that?
And great show of communication there for the HD Spikers. There were a few split seconds that they almost committed a miscue. But Casania going for that hit, showing some grit and some power.
DJ Casania, a backup setter for Alas Pilipinas. Polvorosa. Here comes Garcia against the triple block. And that one bouncing outside off the block.
Not even a triple block can stop Jude Garcia.
Former FEU Tamarao, the MVP of the Open Conference 2024. King Crunchers chance to tie on the Garcia serve. Ooh, thunderous serve from Garcia. Here comes Miguel against a double block.
Great play there for Wendell Miguel, taking that first ball, going for that approach. All power in that attack, seeing Polvorosa and Intal teaming up.
Wendell Miguel coming off a 4-point performance. And Rex Intal, one-handed dig coming from Casania. Lorenzo will set it up to Miguel. Got an open net. Polvorosa all the way out to Almendras. Almendras is blocked. Almendras tries again. Ooh, nowhere to go. Nice save coming from Pepito. New pickup for the King Crunchers, and Ramirez once again from the back row.
And you see the hustle right now on the side of the HD Spikers, both from defense to offense. I mean, They have been having solid blocking right now, and they have been converting the points off the long rally. So that's a good sign for the HD Spikers in the start of this set.
What's surprising, Ayel, is the fact that right now the HD Spikers out blocking the King Crunchers here in the opening set. Here's a free ball for the King Crunchers. Almendras picks it up. Cross court. There's an over dig coming from Lorenzo. Garcia, back row, got it.
And for the HD Spikers, this is something they would want to avoid, giving away chance balls for the crisscross King Crunchers. I mean, they also have a lot of lethal attackers. This time, Polvorosa choosing Garcia from the back row. And again, there's no one stopping Garcia right now. Even an open block there.
What a treat for fans who went home early after the long vacation. Superb volleyball action. Hasafat takes us to our first technical timeout. The HD Spikers up by 3 against the King Crunchers here in the opening set.
Back at the Phil Sports Arena for your Spikers Turf 2024, I had an interesting conversation with Coach Dex Clamore. Talked about how it will be more challenging to face crisscross this conference for obvious reasons. Added talent. He said ang ganda ng naging recruitment nila. Special mention on Pepito and Almendras. Pepito's passing and defense are to watch out for, while also being careful of Almendras attacking, because of which he needed to work harder in preparing for this match. Realized he is only at 60 to 70% in terms of his process of making a solid team. Today, he asked 3 people to step up, come out with their A game. Although Jao Umandal did not start this match, he is one of them, along with Lloyd Hasafat and JM Ronquillo. By the way, we talked about this earlier, Eric. An update on Rotter, who has a grade 2 ankle sprain and right shoulder injury. He will be back on November 10 against DNAV. Eric and Ayel?
All right, thanks very much. Great report, Mika. It's been 15 days since that ankle sprain by Steven Rotter, when Miguel serves it into the net. But regarding the report by Mika Abisamis on the new additions, Nico Almendras, we all know about him, National University Bulldog, 3-time UAAP champion. But we've got to highlight John Philip Pepito. I mean, 4-time NCAA champion, a decorated libero as well in the college ranks. Ramirez gets it through. One former alta to another.
Great talents really for both teams, but Ramirez here this time. Again, speed and power working for him on offense so far.
Josafat, member of Alas Pilipinas. I mean, so many players as well from these teams. Member of Alas Pilipinas, which is why Coach Angelino Frigoni is checking out the game today. Casanya. Oh, nice pick up there by Pepito, but the push, Bugawan on that second jump, Ayel.
Bugawan really ready on that one. I mean, it went straight to the hands of Bugawan. He has the bigger advantage in the joust. Take a look at this one, but Pepito reading that one so well. Marasigan also out of position.
4 points for Ramirez, top scorer right now for the HD Spikers. Garcia with 4, the top scorer for the King Crunchers. Here comes Ramirez. Overdub, Ramirez again, and puts it away. He's got 5 already, and this is the biggest lead for the HD Spikers, up by 5.
I mean, they don't have Jao Mandal, who has been their leading scorers in their first 2 games, but they have the contribution of Ramirez right now, who has been getting consecutive points for the HD Spikers.
I mean, you mentioned it, Ayel. Both teams so deep in every position as Glorioso knocks it in. In fact, so many players displaced by the depth of both teams. I mean, Abrot, Guaza not playing because of the depth of the HD Spikers. Malabunga is injured. Mamon is, not yet 100% in terms of paperwork to play for the King Crunchers. Ronquillo rejected, but it goes outside. So back-to-back points for the HD Spikers again.
I mean, HD HD Spikers so far, playing cohesively, everyone contributing in terms of scoring. The reason why they have this 5-point lead.
Ronquillo, 9 points we mentioned during the Open, the top scorer for the HD Spikers. I mean, for a rookie in the Spikers turf and so much confidence in terms of his offense. Oh! Just absolute miscue there. That's 4 touches. And right now, the King Crunchers in absolute disarray. Time out by Coach Stein did. We will listen in.
Sila. Bossin natin yan. Wala, tama. Can't fight, let's fly. Tamang execution lang, guys. Dandan yan nila. Malayo pa naman. Spikers, sa atin. Alright, same light, heading. Walking, ha? Yes, coach. Guys, nadidepensahan. So, nakaka-transition sila. So, tayo din. Okay, kailangan natin makadepensa para maka-transition tayo. Huwag kayong magmamadali pag nasa akin. Yun lang naman. Nakaka-convert sila. So, tayo naman, convert tayo. Okay?
Very vocal in the huddle. Assistant coach Carl Baisa.
Abby Davison, Mika Reyes, and Majoy Baron on your screens.
There's Coach Frigoni. He was here early. And check out this game. The whole captain somewhere here as well. I mean, so many personalities in volleyball checking out this match because that's how important this battle is between two of the top teams. And the Spiker serves, and Ronquillo serves it outside. So a nice break if you're the King Crunchers. They want to get an easy one, and that could probably give them some momentum moving forward.
But for the King Crunchers, really, they have to improve their defense quickly to be able to have more opportunities to convert points.
1-2 play. Nice save. Dump attempt, Jude Garcia. Playing middle blocker this time.
Quick reflexes there on the side of the King Crunchers. Take a look at this one. Casania faking that, but the great anticipation and read from Polvorosa and Garcia. Again, just having that athleticism and great presence of mind as well.
Little 2-point run for the King Crunchers. Ramirez against the double block. Glorioso trying to catch it. To no avail. So, side out here for Ramirez and the HD Spikers.
And this is something that has been working for the HD Spikers, challenging the net defense of CRISS. Take a look at that one. Great blocking formation. But Ramirez attacking on top of the blockers.
Ramirez, 6 points already. Marasigan against a single block. No chance that was going to get picked up by Vince Lorenzo.
Definitely for both teams, you can't leave only one blocker against each other. That's going to be an easy point.
All right, substitution, the first one so far of this set, as Jewel Asia, who did not play in their last game, will check in. Francis Saura is checking in for the first time as well. Saura had 13 points against VNS, but then did not score in their win against the Navigators. That serve is outside. Jewel Asia still a little cold off the bench.
Go for the corner pocket. Too much power in that serve of Asia.
JP Bugawan, team captain. First time becoming the team captain of the HD Spikers. Was a former FEU Tamarao. Asia sets it up. Garcia against a single block. No chance Casania was touching that ball.
Great set from Asia there. Playing Ental as a decoy. Perfect approach as well for Ental and Jude Garcia. Again, with even 3 blockers there, you can't stop Jude Garcia. How much more with only 1 blocker?
Nice pass coming from Vince Lorenzo. Combination play. Ramirez punches it through the double block. Asia battle up the net. Almendras winning against Casania. Wendell Miguel. Pepito pops it up. Asia back to Almendras. Got it.
CRISS starting to gain their momentum here. Almendras with a smart hit going long on that one. Take a look at this replay. seeing that spot and targeting that zone again. Lorenzo too much in that floor defense.
Almendras, his first game in double digits as a pro, 13. In that win against the Navigators. Ronquillo down the line. Nope. That hit the floor already. Pepito says, my bad. Ronquillo will send us to our second technical timeout. HD Spikers up by 4 against the King Crunchers.
Ang galing-galing mo sumayaw sa tabugi mano cha-cha. Huling El Bimbo. Ngunit ang paborito ay magsayaw ng El Bimbo.
Oh, and Tamar covering his ears. Didn't want to hear any more of the singing of JP Bugao, but it sounded nice. It was, you know what, Olivia?
It was on tune.
It was, definitely. You know what Olivia Rodrigo was saying about Filipinos? And she had a concert here. I'm sure you watched it, right? You did?
I watched the videos online.
And she was saying, you know, when the crowd was singing along with her, everybody was in tune. Sara, right away, making his presence felt off the bench, his first points today.
Again, CRISS in their previous game, they showed how steady they can play. So this is still not a safe lead for the HD Spikers. Sara with an instant impact.
Sara changing positions when he became pro. He used to be a middle blocker. Nice reach by Josafat. That tip is just wide.
Actually, a smart placement there for Almendras. Clearly, no one there on the side of the HD Spikers. There's too much angle.
Still no substitution for the HD Spikers. Dexter Clamor keeping his starting lineup intact. Easy pass there for Almendras. Back row, Jude Garcia. He was just on his way up, and people were already shouting. I don't know if it was the King Crunchers or part of the crowd, but they were already expecting a kill.
They know when it's Jude Garcia. It's an instant point for the King Crunchers. Again, just too much power and speed in that attack.
Jude Garcia is just 5'9", by the way. In case you're thinking, he's probably 6'3", 6'4". And there's Ramirez. A nice dig coming from Pepito. Almendras rising against a double block, a miss hit. There is a block touch, according to Bobby Celso. So that point going to the King Crunchers. They got the break point. They are within 2 as Polvorosa Marasigan return. And this time, first timeout for Coach Dexter Clamor. We'll listen in.
Okay, una, you need to stop right away. Stop right away. Nakadalawa na kagad sila. Next, dulo mo ng konti yung bola para meron ka ditong zone down. Okay? Every time na may mapalo, lagi mag-cover. O, sistema lang ulit. Pwede ka ulit mag-first tempo 5. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
One team.
The time for Signal right now to make the necessary adjustments, because earlier on the side of the King Crunchers, they were asked to improve their defense, and right now they have improved in that department and they have been converting more points. So it's time for Signal to create some adjustments, because the King Crunchers starting to figure them out in the set.
Biggest lead was 6 points for EJ Casanya and the HD Spikers. It's Polvorosa to serve for the King Crunchers, 15-17 opening set. Oh, not a good pass coming from Ramirez. Ramirez from the back row, this is a chance ball. But Polvorosa gets the first touch, so Pepito will set it. They go to Marasigan, Marasigan with a push. Chance ball for the HD Spikers, Ramirez. And Coach Tiber Dick with the up.
No good for Coach Ty.
Bad pass as well.
No, but if the King Crunchers has good Garcia, CIGNAL definitely has a go-to player in Ramirez. Again, just playing smart angles, this time going for the hands of Marasigan to get that point.
King Crunchers unable to capitalize on the free ball they got. Almendras, cross court, picked up by Casanya. Now Miguel to Ramirez. That's outside. And I'm looking at Jao Mandal from the bench. He's signaling challenge. They will not challenge. And Ramirez laughing it off. Back to a 2-point game. Short pass coming from Lorenzo. Ronquillo pushes it. That's a nice block. A rare block from the King Crunchers today in the first set.
Definitely an easy time there for the King Crunchers to read that one. Ronquillo tried to power through, go for the hands, get that swipe out. Not enough angle.
King Crunchers looking for a break point to tie the game. There's a free ball, and there's the free point. Jules Garcia ties the game at 18.
Again, steady play for the King Crunchers. Almendras playing good service game, has been targeting Lorenzo, targeting the certain zone, and Garcia taking advantage of that regalo.
Meantime, Dexter Clamor making some changes. Sandy Montero coming in for Vince Lorenzo. Montero, still a short pass. Ramirez, that's way outside. The call was in favor of the King Crunchers. Immediately a challenge from Coach Dexter Clamor. So we'll go to the review. In the meantime, double substitution here for the HD Spikers as Valbuena checking in. And Sean Silang, who has not seen a lot of action. He is the best setter in the Open Conference of the Spikers turf. I think they recalled the challenge.
Someone admitted on the side of the King Crunchers.
So there's a block touch. Lead back with the red shirts, 19 serving 18. One-handed set coming from Polvorosa. Ramirez on a 1-2 play. That's outside off the block. Back-to-back points for the HD Spikers.
Great anticipation there from Valbuena. And again, Ramirez just finding all ways to score points here for the HD Spikers.
9 points already for Ramirez. And that's his highest scoring game so far this conference. That's outside for Sean Silang.
Clearly outside there for Silang. Too much power on that serve.
And meantime, Pem Bagalay checking in for the first time today.
Going to play as a service and defense specialist here for the King Crunchers.
Pem didn't score against the Navigators, had 1 point against VNS. Ramirez with an easy pass. Silang to Bugawan. And that take no good coming from Polvorosa. And in the meantime, after that break point, Jao Mandal, look out, is checking in for the HD Spikers.
Coach Dexter Clamor starting to maximize the depth of their lineup.
Mandal twice in double digits already. 12 against CBT. And then had 21 against Savoy. There's a lifting violation called against... Oh, no reach against Polvorosa.
The referees are saying the ball is already on the side of the HD Spikers. Let's take a look at the three play. I mean, it was an overpass. Polvorosa clearly trying to save that one, but again, he is a back row player right now. Clearly a violation.
More comfortable three-point cushion here for the HD Spikers. Ramirez. Nice looking serve. Not a good pass coming from Garcia. Ramirez with a dig. Sean Silang back to Ramirez. Against a triple block, there is a block touch.
Ramirez, three blockers jumping from the back row for him, but still gets to get the point.
Second and final timeout right now for Coach Tyler Did. We'll listen in.
Try to get don't make it easy. Yes. Don't make it easy. Do it. Not make it. Unti-unti ulit. Back low attack, jump after. Back low attack. Jump to waiting. This guy is on Kobayashi. Not jump to get the. Okay, go. Isa. One good receive lang. Wala momentum, guys. Isang rotation muna tayo mamaya. Okay. Kaya nito yung...
Seems like Coach Tai was talking about the blocking of the King Crunchers, their timing. I mean, take a look at this blocking formation. Clearly a good one, 3 blockers jumping at the same time, but really off timing. Ramirez still getting that point, so timing and that net defense will be crucial for the King Crunchers.
10 points already for Ramirez, the first player in double digits for the HD Spikers, matching the efforts of Jude Garcia, who has 10 for the King Crunchers. Garcia, speaking of, drops it and scores. Now he's got 11.
Jude Garcia has been all power in the start of the set. This is the perfect time to go for the soft touches. Take a look at the floor defense of the HD Spikers. No one anticipated that well. Great show of ball control as well from Garcia.
Served by Isay Marasigan. Mandal, his first touch.
Mandal looking to close out this set for the HD Spikers. Again, the leading scorer in their first 2 games. Definitely the go-to right now since he's in the front row.
4 set points for Mandal and the HD Spikers. Polvorosa to Marasigan. And that is outside. Coach Stuyvesant will challenge.
There's a challenge on the call by CRISS. The challenge is ball in, ball out.
I mean, they're not gonna give this point easily to the HD Spikers. This is definitely worth a challenge for the King Crunchers.
That's a quick look. That's clearly in for Marasigan. So a set point saved by the King Crunchers.
So the challenge by CRISS is...
There's 3 more. And now Coach Dexter Clamore will burn his final timeout. We'll listen in.
Timeout.
Pag may pasa, play 3. Quick. T3. Favorite pa rin. Alfred, dito. O pag dito yung bola, pwedeng long distance, walang problema. Okay, pero nandito si Ish, ha? Si Ish, pag bumablock, Wendell, pag si Ish bumablock, sinasarado niya yung zone 1. So, pagay mo lang ng cross. Mag-isip mo lang yung sa maayos sa pasa.
Jao Mandal putting the AC Spikers at set point, but one was saved by Marasigan. Jude Garcia serving. And like what you heard in the huddle, they only need 1 good pass here, 1 good receive to close it out. There's a good pass, Sean Sinang to Mandal. Back row, Garcia, that one into the net. And it is all over here in the opening set again.
And HD Spikers starting strong in the first set. Although the King Crunchers found their groove in the middle, but still not enough to catch up with the momentum that the HD Spikers has already built.
4-point win, HD Spikers against the King Crunchers after the opening set.
Welcome back. The Signal HD Spikers winning the first set against the CRISS King Crunchers 25-21. Both teams starting hot in the first set. A lot of great changes offensively. However, the HD Spikers finding their momentum right on, not looking back, controlling the set. Although the King Crunchers was able to find their momentum. Consecutive points coming from Jude Garcia. Great playmaking from Polvorosa and Asia as well. But again, King Crunchers the King Crunchers did not able to build that momentum towards the end stretch of the set. As you take a look at the numbers, 19 attack points for the HD Spikers against the 16 of the King Crunchers. Not the same number of block points for the King Crunchers. Only one block point against one of the HD Spikers. Both teams also playing clean volleyball. Only 5 errors for the King Crunchers and 4 for the HD Spikers. Separation really happened in the offense, and that's where the HD Spikers started strong in the start of the first set.
Now, what's surprising here is the fact that the HD Spikers able to avoid the blocks, like what we highlighted. So that's one thing you gotta, give these guys a pat on the back. In the meantime, for the King Crunchers, they've gotta step up their defense. That's their calling card. So for that to be missing so far after the opening set, big question mark for how they're playing.
I mean, and also it has been a lot of Jude Garcia for the King Crunchers, and we see more contributions from the other players on the side of the HD Spikers, but so far Garcia leading the way for the King Crunchers with 11 points, and Ramirez for the HD Spikers. And we also saw how Coach Dex Clamori maximized the depth of his lineup in that first set. Also, all players really creating impact and contributing whenever they are put inside the court. But again, it was a close match towards the end stretch. Starting strong is definitely going to be important for both teams.
Minor adjustments here for Coach Tai Bundit. Almendras is still in the starting lineup, but Saura in the starting lineup along with Jewel Asia. In the meantime, same 6 for Coach Clamor and the HD Spikers. Set number 2 is underway. Too strong a pass. Good job by Asia, keeping it alive. Ronquillo. And he got it.
Ronquillo contributing right away in the second set. Casania also showing that he has the confidence and trust on Ronquillo despite being a rookie.
And terrific playmaking by Casania so far in this match. I mean, he's managed to split the defense, the blocking of the King Crunchers.
Limiting the King Crunchers to only 1 block in the first set.
Asia, Almendras, blocked by Ronquillo. There's Saura against a single block. Lorenzo pops it up. Casania to Wendell Miguel. And the block outside. Nice start once again for the HD Spikers.
Again, you just really see the HD Spikers playing cohesively from defense to offense. Players really playing their roles correctly.
EJ Casania, former Alta as well. Played alongside Coach Clamor back in the day. Saura off the block, and finally the first attack point for the King Crunchers here in set number 2.
That's double sub earlier in the first set was very effective. Talking about Asia and Saura, probably the reason why they are starting the second set. Saura there going for the hands, getting the point.
That serve is outside for Almendras. And right now, if you're the King Crunchers, these are things you've got to avoid. I mean, we see how lethal the offense already is for Wendell Miguel and the HD Spikers. You can't give them any more free points.
That's right. They are surely going to maximize on that one.
But thankfully, if you're a fan of the King Crunchers, they get it right back off a service fault by Miguel. In the meantime, Chu and Giga checking in for the first time for the King Crunchers. Giga did not score against the Navigators, but had 6 points against the Griffins. And a rotation error here for the HD Spikers. Second referee, Erlindo Eusebio, explaining the issue. Yep, they finally figured it out. Ramirez saying it's my fault. So a free point here for the King Crunchers. They tie the game at 3. Set number 2. Casanya to Ramirez. Oh, turn away to Giga. Checking in and making his presence up.
This is what we're looking for, the King Crunchers in that first set. Their solid net defense, and this time clearly silencing the leading scorer of the HD Spikers in Ramirez.
1 point lead for the King Crunchers. Ooh, that seemed to hit the antenna. And Saura says it's his fault. So the lead is gone for Saura and the King Crunchers, who tied at 4.
Serving for the HD Spikers is Lloyd
Former Red Warrior, Lloyd Josafat with the serve. Short pass coming from Almendras to Njiga. Bounces it off the equipment and the one of the cameras for the challenge system.
So far, Njiga contributing both from offense to defense here, getting that point off the hands of Bugawan.
So good job by Chu Njiga. Quality minutes so far. Jude Garcia, you gotta love the effort. Crashing into the barrier, crashing into the broadcast table.
You've got to fight for every point in this game. Sumang with a great dig there, but again, not enough space for Garcia to get that second touch.
I'm glad to see Garcia is okay. I mean, he slammed into the barrier pretty hard. We're tied again at 5-all. Jude Garcia with 11. It's the first leading scorer, or first player in double digits, and is the leading scorer for the King Crunchers. Asia, Garcia. Garcia, right away, putting the King Crunchers on top by 1.
Garcia playing smart there. Great blocking formation from the HD Spikers, going for the hands of the smaller blocker and EJ Casanya.
Oh, nice serve. Short pass coming from Ramirez. That could have been outside. Mano Sumagid picking it up. Here's a chance ball for the red shirts. Lorenzo sets it up for Ramirez. That's short. Hit the net cord, and it's a 2-point lead for the King Crunchers.
A good start for the King Crunchers, reading the playmaking of Casanya well, and Ramirez being slowed down. He's starting to doubt his offense here.
And that all started with the serve of Garcia. Created a short pass. Lorenzo not able to set it up properly. And that serve is outside for Garcia. And again, that kind of serve, you win some, you lose some.
High risk, high reward, but this time too much power in the serve of Garcia.
Six serving 7. Ramirez. Garcia picks it up, nice pass. From the back row, Saura sends it outside. But wait a minute, there is... No, it says they were in. Lines judge says it was in. There's going to be a challenge here for Coach Gabor.
There's a challenge in the call by CIGNAL. The challenge is ball in, ball out.
Saura was trying to go for a long hit.
Well, you notice the hitting of the King Crunchers right now. They're not going for deep, hard attacks. They're trying to get it off the block because they've not been successful so far, at least in the first set. And this one is just outside. So that call is going to get overturned.
Big challenge for the HD Spikers.
So the challenge by CIGNAL is successful.
Yeah, the point's got to be for... All right. And now the First referee Bobby Celso signals it properly. The point ought to be for the HD Spikers.
The score is 7-all. And the challenge by CIGNAL is successful.
7-all. There's first referee Bobby Celso, second referee Erlindo Eusebio. Out of Malimpin, Pangasinan, Louis Ramirez. Gorgeous serve, popped up by Pepito. Saura uses the net, bounces it off. Here comes Wendell Miguel. Garcia with the pickup. Pepito to Almendras. Got it. Almendras will send us to our first technical timeout. King Crunchers for the first time up as we go to the break.
You're still watching the Spikers Turf 2024 for the King Crunchers. This is a battle of system and off-system between two strong contenders. In terms of their systems, it will be about which will be more effective, obviously. For the off-system, they need to push each other na maging off, mag-error. For the second set specifically, Coach Tai focused on consistency and timing to find your man. When you serve, be precise on the target. When you spike, make sure you know where to look. Also focused on the placement of the block. Saan pupunta ang depensa? This is a game when the little things are more important than the place. It is a match of the best of the best. Hence, responsibility is a major requirement. Eric Anayel.
All right, thank you, Mika. I mean, just to illustrate to the viewers how close the margins are. 5 errors for the King Crunchers in the first set. 4 errors for the HD Spikers. I mean, that's pretty low by pro standards.
Consistency, playing clean volleyball is very important as Asia figuring out the floor defense of the HD Spikers.
Very creative shot by the veteran setter.
Perfect execution in that 1-2 play. No one there really for the HD Spikers.
It's a 1-point lead for Asia and the King Crunchers. 9 serving 8. Short serve, easy pickup for Josafat. Lloyd is turned away.
Too short there. But do you see the intention of Casania to activate the middles right now because they need the contribution of the middles?
Asia mixing it up in terms of his serve. That's gonna be wide. Another challenge here. Well, Coach Glamour still has a couple of challenges remaining.
I mean, they had a successful challenge earlier, so they keep the 2 challenges. Let's see if the luck is still on their side, but it seems like the players were very sure that the ball went in.
Although it fell right beside Bobby Celso, so
right.
He was first referee was very sure that that was outside. Ooh. Well, the player knows better, I guess. So that is in another successful challenge for Coach Dexter Clamore. It's a 1-point game. 9 serving 10.
A tighter set here for both teams.
Pepito. Asia goes to Almendras using the left hand. The push is going to be wide.
Good option there for Almendras. 2 blockers are ready to block him down there, but just too much power in that one. Great read also from Lorenzo.
So 1 attack point for the HD Spikers, 1 error for the King Crunchers, and the game is tied at 10. Block on Glorioso. Nice save. Here's a chance ball for the HD Spikers. Casania, back row. Ramirez puts the HD Spikers on top by 1.
Synchronized attacking pair for the HD Spikers. But Ramirez again playing consistently here. Choosing the right angle as well.
This is a 3-point run for the HD Spikers. Saura looking for the side out. Ramirez again. Oh, Ramirez back-to-back points. 4 unanswered points for the HD Spikers. And Coach Taiwan has seen enough. They are down by 2 after leading by 2. We'll listen in.
Waiting, back low attack very high. You jump early, you count for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, spike, power, huh? Left, right, power, spike.
Go guys, tara.
Hey, do.
Yes, combination.
Okay, got you. Hey, sir, we please receive, ha? Yes.
Guys, number 1, receive muna. Okay? Number 2, kailangan may power yung atake natin. Hindi uubra yung pa-check-check. Kailangan may power. Then transition, dahan-dahan ang tatlo.
Coach Carl Baisa there talking about better passing. That's what they need to allow them to do better in their offense. But let's take a look at the previous sequence. Ramirez unstoppable even from the back row. Coach Tai also talking about the timing and blocking again. It takes more anticipation from the back row.
Good pass. That set was short. Garcia was blocked. Almendras against a double block. Saved by Asia. They've got to get it over on the... That was a third touch already. Casanya to Hosabat. Now he's on the line. 5 straight points scored by the HD Spikers.
And the HD Spikers continues to be aggressive in offense, but not just that, their defense has been spectacular as well, allowing Casanya to really execute their game plan, and all attackers also really responding well with the playmaking of Casanya.
In the meantime, Jaron Quinton in his second conference for the King Crunchers in the game for the first time today. Quinton. Bad pass for Quinton. Did not play against the Navigators. His last game was against the Griffins. Casanya immediately recognizing Quinton is fresh off the bench. Much better pass from Quinton. Gets it back. Jaron Quinton nails that one in.
Quinton making up for that passing error right away. Going long, maximizing that gap in between the blockers.
Former Growling Tiger, a former national team player for beach volleyball, Jaron Quinton serving. 11-14. Is anybody's ball at the net. A nice block by Glorioso. Ramirez is turned away by Glorioso. Here comes Ronquillo. Here's a free ball for the King Crunchers. Jude Garcia knocks it off the hands of Ronquillo. 2 straight points for the King Crunchers.
Great transition play there for the King Crunchers. Take a look at this one. Garcia backpedaling, going for that approach, going for the hands of Ronquillo. And right now, they would want to maximize this rotation, talking about the King Crunchers, because they have Garcia, Glorioso, and Saura in the front row.
Good serve by the Quinton all the way to the back. Ronquillo, tough angle for him. He's hit it off the block. Nice job, Ronquillo. He only had one angle, and he still got the point.
And right away, Coach Tai talking to his players about their blocking formation. Again, blocking is one of the departments that their system is really banking on, but we're not seeing a lot of strength right now from them.
Garcia hits the net. That's set by Asia, too close. And a 2-point run here for the HD Spikers gives them a 4-point lead, 16-12 seconds technical timeout.
Title siya ng kanta, yung tuloy-tuloy lang. Kasi nakapagod maging player. Kaya bawat gising, isa rin sa sinabi ng coach ko na gusto ko yung ginagawa ko pagkagising. Gusto ko mag-volleyball, So ayun yung nagiging, baga, nagpo-push sa akin para gumising na maaga and mag-train.
Of the second
Oware Tamar, he's played in all 3 games prior to today for the HD Spikers. So it's going to be quite a surprise for the fans if they don't see him in action today, especially going against one of his former teammates, Nico Almendras. Another poor pass and an easy point for the HD Spikers. That's an overreach against Jewel Asia. Passing has been an issue for assistant coach Carl Heisel was talking about it in the last timeout.
And the HD Spikers making sure that they serve strong to maximize on the passing lapses of the King Crunchers.
Biggest lead right now for the HD Spikers at 5 points. Finally ends that run after the service fault by Wendell Miguel.
Yeah, you just see how the HD Spikers is going for more risky serves. Really trying to put the King Crunchers out of system.
Glorioso had 8 blocks in their last game. Not as effective today. That hit is outside.
Was a fat, too much power in that attack.
King Crunchers get a freebie. Casanya. And Ramirez pounds that one in down the line.
Yeah, Ramirez has been that scoring machine for the HD Spikers, just like how Jude Garcia has been for the King Crunchers. Take a look at this one, choosing the right angle as well, going down the line, avoiding the hands of Saura.
14 points now for Louis Ramirez. That serve is outside for Josafat. They, like what you mentioned, yeah, really going for the hard serves.
And this is one department that the HD Spikers has been struggling as well. They have been committing a lot of errors from their previous games.
And now, Polvorosa Marasigan coming off the bench in set number 2.
Number 11 out. Number 14, Ish Polvorosa in.
Ish Polvorosa, a 3-time UAAP champion, finals MVP in season 77 of the UAAP. And a 5-time best setter in college. Combination play. And Giga with a slight block. Quinton pops it up. Sumangid with a 3rd touch. Easy over for the King Crunchers. Ramirez with the left hand.
Chance ball again, something that the HD Spikers will really maximize on. Take a look at this one, and Giga also staying with the JP Bugawan. Only 1 blocker there for Ramirez. Didn't have to go for a power hit. Just a touch going to the campfire of the King Crunchers.
Silang Valbuena check back in. Ramirez now with 15. And Ramirez, either left hand, right hand, not a problem so far today. 4-point lead for the HD Spikers. Then Giga, popped up by Lorenzo. Ramirez again. Pepito, nice coverage in the back row. Marasigan. That's going to be a tough get. And it's not coming back. Another barrier tumbles over. This time Wendell Miguel sends it down.
You really see the effort from all the players in both sides of the court.
If this game continues like this, we will have no equipment working by the end of this game.
You know, but Polvorosa having a good eye in the floor defense of the HG Spikers, setting up Marasigan.
But you've got to love the effort of these players. I mean, just sacrificing their body, not even for a point, just for a chance to score a point.
That's how much they value every point.
King Crunchers down by 3. 16 serving 19. What a pass there coming from Lorenzo. And JP Bugawan hits it, sends it wide.
Casanya has really been trying. I mean, Silang also on the court right now trying to activate the middles, but it hasn't been working for them yet.
Coach Scamore wants the boys to settle down, calls a timeout. We will listen in.
Jump set, pabilisin mo yung bola. Lagyan mo ng konting height kasi pag mababaw, mahirapan siya pumalo. Mabilis na may konting height. Okay? Nandun din naman si Louie, hindi pa rin na-stop. You have 2 options. Again, pag may pasa, time out, and then, hey Louie, side out right away. Go, 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 go. Let's go! Hey, signal! Signal!
Well, for the HD Spikers, clearly they have a lot of offensive options in the front row right now. The reason why they did the double sub, because they would want a complete front row. So Silang really has to make the right choices here. They have a 2-point lead, but again, King Cruncher showing that they're capable of closing the lead and getting their momentum. So again, still not a safe lead for the HD Spikers.
King Crunchers looking for their third straight point. Silang, terrific job keeping that one alive. That could have gone over easily. And Bugawan makes up for the error and puts this one away.
Perfect response actually after the timeout. Silang and Bugawan both adjusting and connecting in that sequence.
Now Jao Umandal returns for the HD Spikers. Seldom used today because he's just recovering from the flu. First game back for Umandal after missing the last game against the Meat Master Butchers. Quinton turned away by Alfred Valbuena.
Valbuena with a perfect read there. I mean, we talked about players contributing off the bench. Valbuena perfectly reading that one. A kill block for him.
So a nice 2-point answer by the HD Spikers against the King Crunchers. Ramirez with a beautiful serve, but a nice pass from Quinton. And Jiga puts it away.
And Jiga hammering that one in. Polvorosa also setting up in Jiga's, recognizing that he had better options there. Only one blocker with him.
Pembagalay checking back in. Another star in college in the NCAA. Was scoring leader then. Scored 45 points in one match. Valbuena. One-handed dig. Valbuena hits it back right again. The Quinton. There's a net touch against the HD Spikers.
The Quinton getting the point. King Cruncher getting the point off this violation of the HD Spikers. I mean, Valbuena almost letting go, but still hit the net.
It's a 2-point game. Lorenzo, great pass. Here comes Umandal. And went into the net. Got a little too eager on the hit. He saw just one block.
Wanted to play faster volleyball there. Avoiding Glorioso to close down that block.
Coach Clamore doesn't want to use his final timeout. His 4-point lead is down to 1. Another good pass by Lorenzo. They give it back to Umandal, who is rejected by Marasigan. What a save by Lorenzo, but it's a chance ball for the King Crunchers. Combination play. Lorenzo again with coverage. Bugawan pushes, sends it outside. And there's a block touch according to Bobby Celso, our first referee.
Marasigan also saying that he really had a touch on that ball.
What a shot by JP Bugawan.
And the HD Spikers really trying to play faster volleyball now.
In the meantime, the Bugawan brothers are on the floor for the first time today. Martin Bugawan checking in. JP Bugawan is serving. Through the fingers of Garcia, a former teammate of JP Bugawan. Silang sets it up. Martin Bugawan. Good defense here by the King Crunchers. Jaron de Quinton. The dig too strong. Another chance here for the King Crunchers. And Rick Quinton puts it away.
Rick Quinton proving that he can be that reliable attacker. Asking for that one and delivering the point for the King Crunchers. Take a look at him clap his hands there. Only one blocker and maximizing the down the line angle.
little swagger in the end. 1-point game, chance to tie. Marasigan serving 21-22. That will hurt the King Crunchers for sure.
Crucial error there for Marasigan as the King Crunchers already gaining momentum here, trying to close this gap.
We're entering the game for CIGNAL. Our number 8 seed.
Silang will sit down along with Alfred Valbuena. Casania Ronquillo return. It's a 2-point ball game. Ronquillo and the HD Spikers won by 4 in the opening set. And right now, they are a point away from reaching set point. There's Coach Frigoni right behind Casanya. For those of you not in the know, Coach Frigoni is the head coach of Alas Pilipinas. Not a good pass coming from Pepito. This will be a chance ball for the HD Spikers. Garcia up high with that one. Umandal will get a touch and will score.
Again, whenever Umandal is put in, it's quite clear that he will get majority of the sets. And again, why not? He can easily deliver a point.
And timeout here for Coach Tai Bundit, who will listen in to the King Crunchers.
You cannot do, huh? Hey, one wicket point. Keep, how keep? Keep,
Go guys, attempt tayo.
Bitin, okay. Font bitin, no.
Looks like he was talking about, setting options for Isha Polvorosa right now. They really have to play smarter offense as they only have 2 attackers in their front row against the 3 of the HD Spikers, and they have to play flawless volleyball here.
HD Spikers with a full front line. Another bad pass from Pepito. Marasigan, that's way outside. And that'll do it for set number 2. Identical scores at the end, all in favor of these red shirts. HD Spikers with a 25-21 win in set number 2, and they lead 2 sets to nothing against the King Crunchers. Well, dominant start here, to say the least, for the HD Spikers in the matchup of the 2 top teams in the Invitational Conference of the Spikers turf. Let's take a look at highlights of set number 2.
A tight start for both teams again, showing really their offensive prowess. A lot of lethal attackers, as we keep mentioning, from both teams. But again, we're seeing the CIGNAL HD Spikers playing more cohesively, choosing the right decisions. Casanya with great playmaking so far, everyone contributing, as well as the rotation of players working well for the HD Spikers. As we take a look at the numbers, more attack points again for the HD Spikers. They have 13 against the 11 of the King Crunchers. And again, we're not seeing the usual numbers of the King Crunchers in terms of blocking. Their previous game, their first game, they had 10, 19 in their previous game. Right now, they are only able to register 2 kill blocks. And again, both teams committing a lot of errors. But again, CIGNAL playing more consistently at the right time, especially towards the end stretch of the set.
Back here at the Phil Sports Arena. Arena Plus, astig sa sports. Some familiar faces checking out the action at the venue. Well, for both teams, only 1 player in double digits. For the HD Spikers, Ramirez stepping up big time. 15 points today. For the King Crunchers, Garcia with 13. Louis Ramirez. This is his first game in double digits, by the way, today. King Crunchers right now trying to look positive, happy, because you're under Coach Tai Bundit. They're obviously hoping that'll work, Ayel, because they are right now in a really tough spot. Their backs are against the wall, must-win situation against JM Ronquillo and the HD Spikers.
And the one department they have to really improve on quickly is their passing. That's really going to allow them to have more offensive options, talking about the King Crunchers.
We are underway. Set number 3. Lloyd has a fat kicks us off with the first point for the HD Spikers.
Lorenzo has been playing spectacular defense and passing for the HD Spikers. Take a look at this one. Casania having the opportunity to set up Josafat early on.
And again, no change in the starting lineup for Coach Dexter Clamor. In the meantime, another experiment here for Coach Tai Bundit. As Francis Saura scores, but Jaron Requinton is in the starting lineup along with Rex Intal.
Saura choosing the right angle this time. Only one blocker. Ramirez closing down the line. Saura going cross court.
So 1-1. Third set. By the way, the last 2 sets were the first sets lost as Bugawan scores, lost by the King Crunchers in the Invitational Conference.
Almost a miss-hit there for Bugawan.
Bugawan with 6.
Good touch there, just going to the middle of the court of the King Crunchers.
Ronquillo with a short serve. Ronquillo has 5 today. There's Garcia scoring his 14th of the game.
Garcia continues to be unstoppable here. Take a look at this one. Almost no blockers there. Casania also late in closing down Garcia.
Good serve, but a great pass by Miguel. Bugawan.
And the passing really has been one of the strengths of the HD Spikers in this match against the King Crunchers. Everyone trying to deliver the good first ball to Casania, make them, less predictable to the net defense of the King Crunchers.
Right now, it's a side-out game to start set number 3. Good pass by Sumangit. There's a shot off the block. A point for Chuenjiga. Side out for the King Crunchers. And Jiga with 4.
I mean, Bugawan had a good read on Njiga there, jumping right at the same time. But Njiga with an angle shot allowed him to get that point.
So we're tied at 3. No team has had a run to start the third set. Miguel. Jaron Requinton. That's an overpass. Oh, but a nice block by Casania on Requinton. Requinton will hit against a double block. Polvorosa with a great save. Ronquillo. Here's Casania. They go back row. Ramirez with a push. And Ramirez with a nice side out.
Great throw floor defense there and hustle on the side of the King Crunchers. I mean, they were saving a lot of hits coming from the HD Spikers, but Ramirez this time really outsmarting them with that soft touch. 2 players not enough to save that ball.
16 points for Ramirez. Polvorosa sets it up. Saura, that is outside. The first 2-point run. Break point won by the HD Spikers. They're up by 2. King Crunchers, they had 10 errors in set number 2. Their first set with a double-digit error output. They've got to curb that immediately. Jaron Requinton is blocked. Requinton tries again, open net this time. Ramirez, nice dig by Sumangid. Back row, Jude Garcia, got it.
Again, defense is going to be key for the King Crunchers. We know the HD Spikers is a good spiking team, so they have to defend well. And whenever they do that, they have an opportunity to convert points. I mean, Garcia here, again, all power on that hit, going to zone 1.
Serving for CRISS is Chuenjiga.
Nice tip. Casania on a 1-2 play.
Perfect timing on anticipated that on the side of the King Crunchers.
No runs allowed for the King Crunchers. Back to a 2-point lead for Casanya and the HD Spikers. Requinton, cross court, catches the line.
Perfect angle there for Requinton. One of his cleanest attacks so far.
Jaron Requinton, just 24 years old, out of Bulacan. 4-time UAAP champion, beach volleyball. There's a wrong server for the King Crunchers. So an easy point for the HD Spikers.
King Crunchers already committed a couple of errors in the start of the set. They have to be mindful of that.
Miguel with 2 points. There's a net touch going to be called against, I think, Josafat or Ronquillo. Either way, it's a point for the King Crunchers. And now, as we take a look at the net violation here.
Players transitioning. It was Ronquillo scraping the net on his way down.
We saw, you didn't see it on your screens, but Pulvorosa this time asking the second referee who's going to serve.
You
They don't want to repeat. Yeah. A 1-point game. Ronquillo blocked, popped up by Lorenzo. Casanya. And this one, tough angle for Ramirez, but he still got the point. No, it seemed like it was off the block. Edmundo Eusebio says it was a point for the King Crunchers. There's a challenge here for Coach Clamor.
Coach is making sure they ask for the right challenge.
All right, we'll see, because it hit the antenna. It was right in front of us.
But,
it was just too fast. We couldn't tell if it was off the block or after the hit by Ramirez.
But it looked like, again, the players were sure that Ramirez hit the ball on the hands of the players of the King Crunchers before it hit the antenna.
Coach Dexter Clamor seemed to be very sure that it was off the block and then hit the antenna. Erlindo Eusebio, our second referee, saw it differently. So they're taking a good, long, hard look at it. HD Spikers winning the first 2 sets. All right, here's... It is off the block of Saura. So successful challenge once again for the HD Spikers. And that will send us to our first technical timeout. HD Spikers up by 2, 8-6. Third set. Your favorite NBA superstars on NBA TV Philippines, now available on Signal Play. Download the Signal Play app on the App Store and Google Play, and subscribe now to catch all the action this new NBA season. Another look at Joy Baron checking out the action here.
Reyes as well.
Garcia. And a quick point after the technical timeout to make it a 1-point game.
Again, can't leave only one blocker against Jude Garcia. Another tight start here in the third set. it's almost the same story. Both teams neck and neck in the start of the set, but HD Spikers will try to pull away in the middle of the set.
In case you're just joining us, we have not seen Omar Retamar on the floor today. Wow. Quick hit by Bugawan. A nice dig coming from Rex Intal, Jude Garcia. And Wendell Miguel again having a tough time covering the back row.
I mean, with that elevation of Garcia, we mentioned it earlier, he has so many hitting options. Take a look at this one. Out of system set, Garcia, better timing, attacking on top of the hands of JP Bugawan.
Rex Intal, the former Blue Eagle with a serve. Nice pass coming from Ramirez. Bugawan gets the side out for the HD Spikers.
Bugawan powering through the hands of Jiga in that sequence. Take a look at this one, Casania. With a good timing as well, setting up the middle.
HD Spikers back on top by 1. 9 serving 8. Good pass by Requinton. Garcia against a double block.
The HD Spikers have tried always to close down, to slow down Jude Garcia. But they're yet to figure him out. 2 blockers, great blocking formation in this one. But Garcia making sure he gets that score off the hands of Casania.
9 all. Ooh, another error. That's at least 3 of the 10 points of the HD Spikers coming from errors, unforced for the King Crunchers.
And that's definitely going to hurt towards the end stretch of this set.
Ramirez, 16 points. Great pass coming from the Quinton. Combination play. Jude Garcia once again. Garcia now with 17.
Jude Garcia almost playing like we're in the warm-up right now.
But for the King Crunchers, must-win set to stay alive in their first meeting. Back-to-back service faults for the King Crunchers.
And this is why they can't gain some momentum right now. They would score a point, but give away an easy point for the HD Spikers through a service error.
Bugawan with 7. Chu and Jiga now with 6.
Jiga has been silent, but whenever he gets that set, he delivers a point. Very effective.
$11 all. Nice serve, Lorenzo with a short pass. Miguel through the double block. Nice save coming from Jude Garcia. Requinton knocks it off the block, but it lands in. Terrific defense at left by the HD Spikers.
King Crunchers actually scrambling in that previous sequence. Take a look at this one. Saura setting up Requinton, but again, out of system set, so HD Spikers reading that one perfectly.
Bam Bagalay checking in. As Coach Bundit looking for a spark here. Nice running hit for Rex Intal to get a side out.
And this is what Bugalay can actually offer. That stable passing, something that they have been looking for all throughout this game.
Ispolvorosa to serve. That means a full front line here for the King Crunchers. They've got Bam Bagalay, they've got Intal and Saura in front. Short pass. Ronquillo looking for the angle and missing it entirely. 2 straight points for the King Crunchers.
I mean, he saw 2 blockers well established right in front of him, trying to switch angle.
And now, the King Crunchers on top by 1, 13-12. Much better pass coming from Lorenzo. Back row Ramirez. And it's a hit off the block. Side out, HD Spikers.
Casania just knows whenever they need a point, they have Ramirez to go to, whether from the front row or the back row. Again, Ramirez off the hands of the blockers once more.
17 now for Luis Ramirez, his highest output so far in the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. An ace for Wendell Miguel.
Too much speed and power in that serve. The King Crunchers could not react on time. Take a look at this one. Right on the line.
That's the second ace of the game for the HD Spikers. In the meantime, no aces yet for the King Crunchers. Pembagalay. Popped up by Miguel. Here comes Ramirez. What an angle.
What a dig from Wendell Miguel. From that attack from Bagalay. Perfect transition from Casania, setting up Ramirez, and Ramirez perfectly avoiding the blockers. What a perfect sequence for the HD Spikers.
2-point lead once again for the red shirts. Saura got it.
Saura has been so good targeting that zone of the HD Spikers. Cross-court angle seems to be one of his strengths here. Again, perfectly avoiding Ramirez.
That's the fourth point of Saura as Pembagalay serves to tie the game, 14-15. Good pass. Ramirez off the block of Saura. Garcia. And he will score once again. That's 18 points now for Jude Garcia.
Again, better digging, better passing for the King Crunchers. Great transition play here. Garcia getting the ball, going for the hit again off the hands of the blockers.
And Garcia matching his biggest output so far in this conference as Mark Calado checks in for the first time today. Ronquillo. Good save coming from Sumanggid. Garcia. Top angle. Jude Garcia back-to-back points. He's got 21. King Crunchers send us to our second technical timeout. They're up by 1 against the HD Spikers.
You're still watching the Spikers Turf 2024. In that game against Savoj, when CIGNAL encountered their first loss this conference, Jao Umandal hurt his right ankle. It was swollen since. Along with that, he got the flu. We haven't seen him that much today compared to the other games, been testing his body, but has contributed to this match in those moments. He said, wala naman sa akin itong sprain, being a former badminton player with a lot of footwork, but just wants to make sure he is able to work it up for the rest of the conference. Now, we have some shoutouts from our volleyball fans today through our Pilipinas Live app and, of course, our hashtag, which is SpikersTurf 2024. We have one from @UJalda. I wish to see a jersey swap between Owar Tamar and Nico Almendras in tonight's Spikers Turf 2024. We also have one from NKDE_Lumot for life. No Espejo versus no Bagunas. Ito ang literal na puksaan. Sino kaya ang mananalo? Yan din ang tanong nating lahat dito. And one more from Tinay, the most awaited game. Let's go crisscross King Crunchers. If you guys want to send more comments, you can do that through our hashtag, which is SpikersTurf 2024, through our Facebook and our Instagram pages. Eric and Aya.
All right, thank you, Mika. Right on cue, Jude Garcia, 22nd point, puts the King Crunchers on top by 1. Crisscross need a win in this set. Otherwise, they will sustain their first loss of the Spikers Turf. What a block, Jude Garcia. Back-to-back points.
Jude Garcia contributing from all ends of the game. Take a look at this one-man block against Ronquillo, perfectly closing down the angle of Ronquillo.
And it is the 2-point lead for the King Crunchers, 18-16. Bugawan and Giga keeping it alive. Saura. Casania pops it up. Lorenzo will set it underhand. They go to Calado. Barbarossa sets it up. They go back to Saura. Overpass. Saura with a dump attempt. Nice block by Bugawan. Garcia, 3 blockers, no problem. Jude Garcia, 3 straight points. He's got 24.
What a game from Jude Garcia so far.
And the HD Spikers, their biggest deficit, down by 3. Jude Garcia, and right now is out of control. And they want to talk it over. We'll listen to the huddle. Dexter Clamor.
Pwede ko, tampasin na lang kung anong klaseng paraan na pwede nang gawin. Taas mo ng konti na mabilis. Hey, pasa muna. Hindi natin makaside out. Dadalawa ako after. Let's go.
Good passing, that's what they need right now. And what they need is to figure out their biggest problem in Jude Garcia, because he is currently in the front row, and despite having 3 blockers there, he's still able to score. And if he continues to do that, the King Crunchers definitely has the advantage here. They have the 3-point lead right now.
Garcia with his highest output so far. This is a conference high, 24 points. Good pass. Bugawan, rising sky high for that hit.
That's what they need. They needed to convert a point right away, a quick side out, and the JP Bugawan delivers that point.
Shansida returns, Valbuena as well. Still no Owa at Tamar today. So I don't know about the jersey swap if that's happening. Barbosa, combination play. Jude Garcia, that's picked up by Miguel. Tough set, that's too close to the net, but Calado able to get it across. Garcia again! Oh my goodness! Jude Garcia is smoking hot, 25 points today.
And he hasn't been challenging the cross-court angle. He has been smart going to the down-the-line angle. Take a look at this one in between Bugawan and Valbuena.
Yeah, if there was a 3-point shot, that would probably be it. Against 3 blockers, Garcia still found a way to put it in. Meantime, Nico Almendras checking in, along with Jewel Asia for the King Crunchers. They're up by 3. Calado blocked by Garcia. This one goes outside. So a side out for the HD Spikers. Jao Mandal with 2 points, checking back in. He's been used sparingly because as per Nika Bisanis, he has a sprained ankle. It's still swollen, and he's recovering from the flu. Calado serving. Gorgeous serve. Garcia. Again. Garcia, 26.
Again, Garcia just really smart in choosing his angles. Going cross-court this time, challenging the libero and Lorenzo. A lot of power still.
And it's just insane performance. Jude Garcia, 26 points today. And he's put the King Crunchers on top by 3. Wandal, got it.
I mean, this game plan of putting Omandal towards the end stretch has been working for the HD Spikers in this game. But they have been leading in the first 2 sets. Let's see if they can pull off a comeback with Omandal in the front row.
Bugawan serving, 19-21. Pambagalay, popped up by Umandal. Valbuena. Bagalay again. Bam Bagalay with a side out for the King Crunchers. Wagging his finger, and it's back to a 3-point lead for the King Crunchers.
Bagalay going for the hands of the blockers. Take a look at this replay. Going high, going long. Trajectory of the ball definitely hard to go for the defense.
Chu Njiga serving, 22-19. That's going to be outside. And try to go for an ace. But he missed the mark, and it's a 2-point game. Not a safe lead by any measure.
And the King Crunchers, they had crucial errors in the end stretch of that second set. They have to be careful right now.
Former UP Fighting Maroon, Alfred Valbuena. Easy pickup for Jude Garcia. Bam Bagalay with the left hand. The up by Josafa. Here comes Umandal. Blocked! Oh, terrific block by Rex Intal.
Rex Intal reading Umandal on the right angle. Take a look at this one. Really silencing that power hit coming from Umandal.
Casagna returns along with Ronquillo. In the meantime, Saura and Polvorosa check in for the King Crunchers.
And number 11, Francis Saura.
King Crunchers 2 points away from winning their first set today. Meantime, Casagna and the HD Spikers down by 3. Full front line once again for Ish Polvorosa. Rex Intal, Bagalay, and Saura in front. And they've got Jude Garcia as well available in the back row. Umandal. Dig too strong. Chance ball for the red shirts. Umandal tries again and scores.
Umandal this time attacking from the right pin. Second try was good for him. Crucial points here for the HD Spikers.
Umandal is serving, but HD Spikers also with a full front line. They've got Ronquillo, Calado, and Josafat in front. Great pass coming from Garcia. Saura, blocked by Calado. 2 straight points for the HD Spikers. It's a 1-point game.
Calado had a good eye on that ball. Perfect timing as well. Take a look at this one. Closing down Saura. Right on the spot.
HD Spikers looking for another break point to tie the game at 23. Another good pass. Back row, Garcia outside. But there's going to be a challenge here by the King Crunchers. Ball in, ball out challenge. They seem pretty sure it was in. Meanwhile, HD Spikers seem pretty confident it was outside. We'll take a look.
I mean, Polvorosa really wanted to convert a point. That's why he went to Jude Garcia from the back row.
And Garcia has been pretty much on the mark so far until that shot. It is outside. So that 3-point deficit erased by the HD Spikers. We're tied at 23. Timeout for Coach Ty Bundit. We're listening to the King Crunchers.
Tayo, receive, then atake tayo. Okay, spy left line. Spy left line, not here, have blocking, ha? Spy cut out.
Kaya natin yan. Believe. Let's go.
Dalawang guys, yung kayo tatlo nasa harap, sigaw ha. Bibigay ko sa inyo.
Hey, Chris Cross!
Well, they led by as many as 3 points, but a nice little run here by the HD Spikers.
And we talked about the timing of their errors. So far, committing 3 and the 20th mark, and that's a lot. Crucial points really for them that allowed the HD Spikers to close the lead.
Well, first to score 2 points now as we're tied at 23. Another great pass by Garcia. They have not been able to convert. And that is outside. Nice block by Ronquillo, but that's the 27th point of Garcia, putting the King Crunchers at set point. And now, Coach Clamor will talk it over. We'll listen in to the HD Spikers.
Vince, sino mag-reserve sa kabila? Femi, offload. Kung maaari kamayin mo. Okay, o bahala ka diskarte. Pag A-pass, pwede ka mag-first tempo, pipe down. Don't step on the line, please. Okay? Pag pumunta dun yung bola, pwedeng malayo yung set. Bigay mo sa kanya. Pag pumunta dito, pwede mo rin i-reverse. Diyan, paluin mo lang pag pinaka-block. Okay? Paluin mo sa kamay. Hey, next, every time may papalo, cover. Let's go!
Very technical timeout there for Coach Dex Clamor, talking about all the offensive options that they have. They have one of their leading scorers in their previous game, Umandal on the back row. Coach Clamore saying, please don't step on the line. And they have committed a lot of errors in their previous game.
That's right. All right, here you go. The pass and the attack. Josafat will tie the game. Erases a set point. 24 all.
Coach Clamore asked for a good first ball. Lorenzo delivering that one. Casania trusting Josafat in that sequence, and Josafat delivers.
Well, that's been one of the strengths of the HD Spikers in today's game. Passing has been near perfect, right, for the red shirts. Sumangid with a great pass as well. Calado against two blockers, rejected. Bugawan keeps it alive. Calado tries again, sends it into the net. 4 touches against the HD Spikers, and it's back to set point for the King Crunchers.
Sanya trying to go back to Calado. Calado rushing in that sequence, committing that error, gives King Crunchers the advantage here.
All right, so Intal serving. Fans on the edge of their seats, why not? Ronquillo with a drop shot. A terrific play by J.M. Ronquillo. Another set point save. We're tied at 25.
Smart play for Ronquillo. Take a look at this one. Recognizing the floor defense was way back, dropping that ball. And that's frustrating definitely for the King Crunchers. An easy tip, but no defense.
Garcia, yes, 28 points, Garcia, and third set point for the King Crunchers.
And with Garcia right now in the front row. Big opportunity for the King Crunchers to close down again. He has been unstoppable.
Well, they need to convert on this break point. Saro with a serve. Bugawan turned away, and there it is! King Crunchers come back in set number 3 to win it in an extended set.
Oh, what a fight from the King Crunchers. Started strong, and I mean really great teamwork. Better flow as well coming from them. Really challenging the better offense of the Signal HD Spikers.
That little 2-point run in the end won it for the King Crunchers, and they stay alive in this matchup, winning 27-25, set number 3. King Crunchers down 2-0, and they put up a really good fight in set number 3 and stayed alive. They lost 2 set points, but they recovered in the end as we take a look at some of the highlights.
The King Crunchers, again, they have been trying to find the good mix of players on the court. Coach Daibundit changing the starters again and again, but it seems like they found their 6 here, and Giga contributing in the right moment. Garcia continues to be unstoppable. Bagalay delivering the good passes, and it has been working for them, seeing more of their system, better blocking as well for them. So we take a look at the numbers, better attacking for the King Crunchers. They have 21 against the 16 of the HD Spikers. Better blocking as well for them. They have only registered 1 kill block in both the first 2 sets. 3 kill blocks in this set against the 2 of the HD Spikers. And both teams really trying to limit their errors. 6 for the King Crunchers and only 3 for the HD Spikers.
Well, the first set that the King Crunchers has outblocked the HD Spikers, but not by much. Jude Garcia, a monster game today. 28 points, and we're not even done yet. He will take a rest? No. I thought he was going to come off the bench here in set number 4, but no, he is part of the starting lineup along with Pem Bagalay, Rex Intal, Saura, and Giga, and Ish Polvorosa. In the meantime, on the flip side, it is the same starting lineup still for Coach Dexter Clamor.
Ramirez, though, was put on the side towards that end stretch. It was a Marcalado playing, and Jao Mandal as well.
So Ramirez, Josafat, Ronquillo, Wendell Miguel, Casanya on the floor. Bugawan is part of the starting lineup, but he is out, replaced by libero Vince Lorenzo. HD Spikers still with a chance to close it out in 4 if they win this set. But what a good start for the King Crunchers. After winning set number 3, they get on the board first. Rex Intal knocks it in.
Early activation from the middle for the King Crunchers. We're seeing more contributions from the other players aside from Jude Garcia.
Lorenzo with a short pass. Wendell Miguel, mishit. That's way outside.
Wendell Miguel trying to go for the hands.
Well, that's been a strategy that worked so far in the first 2 sets. Good pass. And Lloyd Josafat puts the HD Spikers on the board.
Great exchanges at the start of the set from the middle. This time, Josafat taking advantage of the late block.
Wendell Miguel, the lone owner of the only ace so far today. Ronquillo blocked by Garcia. Josafat again, this one quite low and hits the net.
Sanya trying to go for a wicker play, trying to activate Josafat once more.
(3-1). King Crunchers on top by 2. Ramirez blocked, kept alive by Miguel, popped up by Casanya. Ramirez will hit again. So Wangid with a good pass. Garcia, 3 blockers, no problem. What an angle.
Jude Garcia really have no words to say anymore.
We've run out. We'll just say wow from here on in.
Again, just the decision making and the athleticism, both that coming alive in this match.
Service ace, the first one for the King Crushers in today's match, and they lead by 4. A very good start for CRISS Cross.
And again, in the sets that the HD Spikers won, they have been controlling the match. So this is a challenge for them.
An early check-in for Jao Umandal, replacing Wendell Miguel. Biggest lead for the King Crunchers, 5-1. Umandal from the back row, a nice push.
Umandal showing his smarts, going for that explosive approach, last second switching the tempo, going for the tip. Players stuck on their shoes.
Immediate impact for Umandal off the bench. Great pass by Garcia, and the put away by Chu and Giga.
And Giga also has been very effective in the middle. Again, he has the height and length advantage as well.
No runs for the HD Spikers. Oh, what a dig coming from Sumangit. Bembagalay. Ronquillo. That's not coming back.
High hands there for Ronquillo. Again, playing efficient volleyball here.
7 points for Ronquillo. Former De La Salle Spiker. JM Ronquillo. Very early errors for the HD Spikers. A miss hit earlier by Josafat, now a service fault by JM Ronquillo.
And you see the switch in the energy of the HD Spikers. They have been starting aggressive in the sets that they won, even in the third set that they lost. But right now, definitely King Crunchers, I was going to say controlling the match, but Injiga committing error.
He was under the ball off the serve, and Coach Tybin did telling him off. Ramirez with 19. Rexintal. And again, side out, quick side out for the King Crunchers. An 8-4 lead as we head to the first technical timeout, set number 4.
Phil Sports Arena for your Spikers Turf 2024 as Crisscross fought to extend this match. The wrist of the King Crunchers talked about their teammate in superstar mode, who is Jude Garcia. They said he has been like this in the practices, been doing 25 to 30 points this week leading to this game. Described as an all-around player. They just gave their full support to Mr. Superstar. Heard them say, tuloy mo lang Jude, susuportahan ka namin hanggang matapos natin ito. Eric Anayel.
All right, thank you, Mika. 18 points against the Griffins, 13 points against the Navigators, 29 points against their nemesis. And we're not done yet. We're just at the start of set number 4. But a good start here, if you're Coach Tybin did. But Ronquillo, nice point off the technical timeout.
And right now, HD Spikers definitely smelling danger here. They need to gain momentum early on if they don't want the King Crunchers to control this match. Ronquillo from the back row, sumanggid right on the spot. Just could not contain the power in that hit.
8 points for Ronquillo. Bugawan with 9. It's a point away from becoming the second HD Spiker in double digits. Jump set. Oh, triple block against Ben Bagala. He had nowhere to go.
Triple block there, and Zhao Mandal closing down to get the kill block against Bagalay.
Easy read for the defense of the HD Spikers. First 2-point run for Zhao Mandal and the red shirts. Pem from the other side makes them pay and gets the point right back for the King Crunchers. Big smile on the face of Pem.
A great way for Polvorosa to go for that combination play. Bagalay just right behind Polvorosa. Great adjustment from the King Crunchers.
Serve down the line. Ronquillo. Yes! JM Ronquillo with 9 points.
Ronquillo having the hot hands right now on the side of the HD Spikers, contributing points from the back row.
3 of his 9 points coming here in set number 4. Full front line once again for the HD Spikers with Casanya serving. Saura, one blocker, not enough.
Great flow there for the King Crunchers. Perfect pass from Jude Garcia and reverse set from Ish Polvorosa. Saura again, that angle. He has been trying to maximize that.
10 serving 7. Umandal with a short pass. Gets it back. Jao Umandal, a miss hit. And there's a block touch.
Injiga getting a touch of that hit from Umandal.
That serve is outside. Yeah, no challenge. There is going to be a challenge, apparently. So it came a little late. Ball in, ball out challenge.
Took them quite a while to really decide whether to challenge that one or not.
If this is outside, this will be the 9th service fault for the HD Spikers. Meantime, the King Crunchers have 10 already. This is way outside. Yeah, at least by a foot.
Very clear.
Yeah. All right, so 9 service faults for the HD Spikers.
So the challenge by signal is unsuccessful.
It's back to a 3-point lead
HD Spiders have one remaining
for
challenge.
Saura and the King Crunchers. 11 serving 8.
Still 11 serving 8.
Good pass by Jao Umandal. There's a nice block and it falls in. A block point for Chu and Jiga.
Excellent read there for Njiga. And Garcia as well, teaming up to close down House of Fast.
Back to a 4-point lead for the King Crunchers as Owa Ratamar checks in for the very first time today.
I'm sure a lot of volleyball fans was looking forward.
Nice pancake save there coming from Ramirez. Ronquillo with a push. Wait a minute, there's a net touch on Jude Garcia.
There for Jude Garcia. His teammates had a good look on that soft touch coming from Ronquillo, Polvorosa, as well as Sumanggid going for that defense.
Chu and Jiga missing it. Set probably too high.
Bugawan also and Ronquillo reading that well.
2 easy points for the HD Spikers. A net touch and a mistouch by the King Crunchers. It's down to a 2-point game. Chu and Jiga allowed to redeem himself. Good job by Ish Polvorosa, giving him another shot at it.
Polvorosa has been quick to make adjustments in their offensive strategy, putting Njiga right on his back, going for the play. It's very effective.
29 points, 27 attacks and 2 blocks. Jude Garcia with a nice serve. Owa Ratamar, one-handed set. Louis Ramirez, Sumanggid picks it up. Pembagalay, 3 blockers against him. Bagalay again. Got it! No! Nice save by Ratamar. Lorenzo sends it to Ramirez. A chance ball here. 1-2 play for Polvorosa. Ronquillo blocked by Bagalay, and there is a crossing violation on Ronquillo. 2 straight points for the King Crunchers to restore their 4-point lead.
Great defense shown by the King Crunchers here. I mean, Ronquillo trying to outsmart them, and that last sequence, unfortunately, scraped the net.
First set so far, we've seen the King Crunchers controlling the set. Garcia with an excellent dig. Pembagalay through the double block. Pembagalay gives the King Crunchers their biggest lead at 5 points.
Bagalay making it look so easy to get that point. I mean, it was Ronquillo and Bugawan right in front of him, but maximizing that gap.
You gotta love it if you're a volleyball fan. It doesn't get any better than this. Oh, another great serve by Garcia. Ramirez looking for the down the line, missed it. Biggest lead now at 6 for the King Crunchers. Sends us to our second technical timeout in set number 4.
move forward. Yun yung isa sa mga quote na talagang tumatak sa akin. Kasi very perfect siya pagdating sa volleyball. Kasi you don't have to think about the mistake. You always have to think what's next and what's forward. The journey won't be easy. There's always gonna be bumps. But at the end of the day, if we know how to move forward, kaya natin let go lahat yun at pag-isipan what's gonna happen next.
There's Barbie San Andres. Enjoying the action. Pembagalay 3 points. A very crucial performance here in set number 4. And we'll try to add to that. There's Pembagalay with an unconventional move. Tried to block Owara Tamar, who was trying to get the second touch.
Could be called as an interference here.
We'll take another look.
Still a good ball there. Good dig coming from Jao Mandal. Bagalay was on the way of Retamar, but Retamar had a good touch on that ball actually.
I'm trying to figure out is what official violation will that be? So they call it interference of play. That's the violation against Pem. So that point gonna go to the HD Spikers.
Replay the point. No, a point was given to Signal rather.
Yep, but taken right back by Chirinjiga on a nice attack. And back to a 6-point cushion for the King Crunchers.
Better passing, better defense, better offense for the King Crunchers.
And now Nico Almendras checking in. It's going to be nice to see Almendras going up against former teammate. We mentioned this, Owara Tamar, who's on the floor for the first time this set. Or actually for the first time in the match in this set. And by the way, we saw Coach Sidney Calderon earlier of the Savoj Aesthetics team beside Barbie San Andres watching the action here. Calado with a nice push. Kept alive by the defense of the King Crunchers. Calado will try again. Yes!
Calado asked for the set. Asking Retamar. Take a look at this one. He knew that he had the advantage there. He had the smaller blocker in Ish Polvorosa.
Garcia with the up. Inbound, putting that one away.
Ish Polvorosa playing spectacular playmaking so far. A good eye on the side of the defense of the HD Spikers going to Rex Intal. Almost no blocker.
Back to a 6-point cushion. 4 points for Rex Intal.
Polvorosa rushing in that serve.
And Coach Tybon did. Usually doesn't mind the service faults, but quite unhappy with that one. Full front line here for the King Crunchers. Saura, block, kept alive. Oh, terrific saves by the King Crunchers. Retamar to Ronquillo, open net. Sumangit pops it up, what a dig. Back row, Jude Garcia blocked. Kept alive by Intal. Pembagalay, single blocker. Pembagalay knocks it in.
Pembagalay has been a key player here for the King Crunchers. Not just offense, not just defense as well, but has been offering that leadership as well for the King Crunchers.
Owara Tamar trying to wave his hand to get the block, but to no avail. 4 points for Pembagalay, at least 3 points coming here in set number 4. The lead is back to 6 for the King Crunchers, absolutely in control of set number 4. Owara Tamar, Ronquillo, Sumanggit with another great dig. Garcia. off the double block. Biggest lead for the King Crunchers. They're up by 7.
You have to credit half of the points to Sumanggid, who has been delivering that good defense.
30 for that man, Jude Garcia. Timeout for the HD Spikers.
Pwede na mag-tip na. Wala ang problema. Pwede naman mag-tip. Pero be wise. Nakita mo, lumalabas na inaabangan ka na. Alam nila ito yung spray ng pagod. Hindi ko mag-drop mo. Mabilis ang power. Okay, next.
Continue pa
Pwede
rin.
yun mamaya.
Continue pa rin.
Okay? 2 spikers tayo. Oo, 2 spikers. Sino nasa harapan? Bigyan mo ng kumpiyansa si Joe. Patikitin lang natin. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Gawin pa rin yung tama, ha? Gawin pa rin tama. Kuha lang tayo, kuha lang tayo. Wala.
A big lead for the King Crunchers. Take a look at that hit from Jude Garcia, but in the previous sequence, you have to credit also Sumanggid for that good dig coming off of the hit from Ronquillo.
Bambagalay and the rest of the King Crunchers 5 points away from equalizing this match. Lorenzo with a pass. Retamar to Umandal, and that is on the line.
Side out for the HD Spikers. That's what they need right now. This is a big lead. They would want to close.
And Owa Retamar serving. That means it's the full front line for the HD Spikers. They've got Jao Umandal, JM Ronquillo, Lloyd Josafat in front. Combination play. Nice save in the back row by Calado. Umandal. That is outside. There's a block touch. Yes, there is.
Hot power and the hit coming from Jao Mandal.
So 2 straight points for the HD Spikers. Let's see if that'll spark their offense and allow them to come alive here in set number 4. Garcia gets a single blocker. That's no way that's coming back.
Jude Garcia just too athletic and too smart for you to only leave one blocker.
31, Jude Garcia. That's practically a 1 set and a couple more points. The push by Umandal, kept alive there by Njiga. Here comes Garcia again. Back-to-back points, 32, Jude Garcia.
32 big points, insane numbers really for Jude Garcia. Doing this with the blocking of the HD Spikers, I mean, he's making it really look so easy to score points.
That should be a conference high right now. Tough set for Owa Retamar. And Rex Intal unable to keep it in play.
Definitely not stable enough to go for the defense.
16-7-22. A long way to go if you're Jao Mandal and the HD Spikers down by 6. That serve is outside. Back to a 7-point cushion for the King Crunchers.
It has been the King Crunchers all throughout this set, really controlling from the start.
Saura returns to favor, service fault. That's going to be the 11th service fault for the King Crunchers. Martin Bugawan replaces his older brother, JP. Second time checking in today's match for Martin Bugawan, one of the rookies for Coach Dexter Clamore. Garcia, 33. He is on automatic today.
And that's really a luxury for the King Crunchers. I mean, you don't even have to think whether he has a blocker or not. He will definitely deliver the point.
And right now, a set point for the King Crunchers. In fact, they have 7 set points. Now, by the way, Jewel Asia, Isay Marasigan checking in as Garcia. And he definitely allowed an error or two. Kind of performance today. 67% attack efficiency.
Really high numbers, high percentage for Jude Garcia.
And it's outside. J.M. Ronquillo throws that one away, and it is all over for the HD Spikers in set number 4. An easy set, so to speak, for the King Crunchers.
And again, everything going well for them for all departments. And we have an even game right now.
Fifth set coming up when we return.
Welcome back to the Crisscross King Crunchers, extending the match into a fifth set. Getting the fourth set, a very lopsided set. It was a dominant win for the King Crunchers in the fourth set. Everything going well for them with the playmaking of Ish Polvorosa activating the middles. Again, Jude Garcia being unstoppable, contributing from all sides of the court. Meanwhile, for the Signal HD Spikers, there were some sparks coming from Obandal, coming from Ronquillo, but again, it's not the same numbers that they have been producing compared to the first two sets that they won. As you take a look at the numbers, better attacking so far for the Crisscross King Crunchers. They have 15 against the 10 of the HD Spikers. Both teams with a low number of blocking compared to the previous set. 2 for the HD Spikers, only 1 for the Crisscross King Crunchers, and both teams committing a lot of errors as well. But the momentum, the drive, the energy really is on the side of the King Crunchers, and that's something that the HD Spikers had in the first two sets and something that they need to look for and execute right away if they want to get this game against the Crisscross King Crunchers.
Well, we're tied at 2 sets apiece, but it seems like the HD Spikers are on the back foot going into the fifth set after a terrific set 3 and 4 for Francis Sala, Jude Garcia, and the rest of the King Crunchers. Garcia with a team high and probably conference high, 33 points today. And we still have 1 full set to go. And it's no surprise we go to a fifth set because the first 2 meetings between these 2 teams in the Open Conference were 5-setters. First meeting was won by the HD Spikers, and in the semi-final meeting, the King Crunchers won, and that match by 5 sets as well. First point of set number 5 going to the HD Spikers.
This is where the depth really of the lineup will matter in execution for both teams.
Short pass, Ish Polvorosa to Jude Garcia. And that is going to be 34 for Jude.
Jude Garcia again. A simple angle. It's really the power of the hits that's making it difficult for the HD Spikers to defend.
1-all. Race to 15. Ratamar. That is going to be outside. Bugawan says there's a block touch, and Bobby Celso agrees. Chuanjiga says, yeah, I had a touch.
And this is going to be a quick one. They have to play consistently here.
Saura. Nice cross-court cut shot.
Saura Ratamar still transitioning to go to the defense pattern. Too quick for them to react.
Landed right on the attack line. What a shot by Francis Saura. We're tied at 2. And then Miguel with a pass. Umantay against 2 blockers.
Great play there from Aretamar. Bugawan also playing perfectly as a decoy, and Jiga staying with him, only 1 blocker there for Jao Umandal.
Umandal, his first start in this match. He came off the bench in the first 4 sets. HD Spikers up by 1. That serve is way outside.
Way out there for Jao Mandal. Too much spin in that serve.
So no team leading by more than 1 and no team with a run so far. It's been a side-out battle to start the 5th and final set. Good pass by Jao. Ooh, a little confusion there as 2 players collided mid-air, Umandal and Ronquillo, but Ronquillo still got the point. How odd is that?
And Jao Mandal thought it was a set for him from the back row, but Ronquillo was actually in the front row ready for that one. Good save also of Umandal to Ronquillo.
Now that's a real combination play. Chuenjiga, there's a net touch. Is Polvorosa. And his backside hit the net.
Ish was trying to hide that set, trying to save that pass as well. Fortunately, could not contain his own momentum.
So first 2-point run in this set. And the HD Spikers up by 2. Bagalay. Umandal saves it. Retamar to Miguel. Down the line. Got the line.
Smart angle there for Wendell Miguel. I mean, Retamar just put that set high enough for him to adjust. Choosing the down the line angle was definitely a smart move for Miguel.
Timeout, Coach Timon did.
They're looking already, huh? Here. You go. Huh? Defend, huh?
Hey, what's up? What's up?
And they need the better defense. Talking about the King Crunchers, because the HG Spikers starting to read their defense, starting to go for angle shots, and the King Crunchers has to be faster in terms of moving and reacting in the defense. Again, having a 3-point lead in the 5th set is quite big.
Serving for the HD Spikers is GP Bugawan.
6 serving 3. Not a good pass there on the first touch. Going to be a chance ball for the HD Spikers. Josafat will score. And now the lead is 4 for the HD Spikers.
Retamar setting up Josafat there with a free pass. Josafat angling that one perfectly, recognizing the loose block of Bagalay.
Not a good response for the King Crunchers after the timeout. Njiga got it.
This connection of Polvorosa and Njiga has been saving a lot of crucial points here for the King Crunchers. They needed this quick side out, and Njiga delivered.
An HD Spiker is on the floor. JP Bugawan seems to be cramping up on his left thigh. We hope everything's okay. Medics are looking after him and the team trainers as well. That's how intense this matchup has been. seems to be an intense cramp on the left thigh of JP Bugawan. And the stretcher is out just to make sure he's okay, because it's going to be tough to really get him on his feet with that kind of cramping. Coach Clamore is saying, let's give him some air. So Bugawan getting taken off the court by a stretcher. Let's hope he's A-okay. We wish him a speedy recovery. HD Spikers right now focused on trying to finish off this 5th set. They are up by 3 points.
And here in the 5th set, exhaustion starting to show for both teams here.
In fact, Ramirez as well. We haven't seen him a lot in the last 2 sets. He was getting a heavy massage as well on his thigh in set number 2. I remember seeing that. So, and he was one of the major scorers for the HD Spikers in the first 2 sets. As Injiga will step out, Nico Almendras checks in for the King Crunchers. Retamar sets it up. Ronquillo with 10 already. Saura keeping it alive. Garcia from the back row. Easy pickup for Lorenzo. Ronquillo again. Popped up by Garcia. Saura with the second touch. And this time Almendras underhand, easy over. Second chance ball for the HD Spikers. Ronquillo finally delivers. That's his 11th point.
And Retamar not giving up at all on Ronquillo. I mean, great show of defense for the King Crunchers, but Ronquillo showing some resilience there.
And it is a changeover here in set number 5, with Ronquillo and the HD Spikers leading by 4.
Ronquillo off the hands of Bagala in that last sequence. Worth celebrating after the 3rd attempt.
J.M. Ronquillo out of DLSU Lipa. Started playing volleyball at 9 years old. And today with 11. Retamar getting ready to serve. Second referee, Ernesto Eusebio, checking the positions and the lineup of the King Crunchers before we get going. Final half of this 5th and final set. Retamar only seeing action since set number 4. He didn't play in the first 3 sets. That's going to be an overreach on Ace Polvorosa. And Polvorosa, Garcia trying to argue their case.
Actually, he's trying to argue that he's actually on the front row.
Line, right. But according to Bobby Celso, the ball was already on the other side. Well, King Crunchers will try to argue until, until they can.
There's no challenge system for that kind of violation.
And that's because they're going to be down by 5 now. So they tried to argue their case until it was futile. Garcia pounds it off the head of one of the blockers. But good coverage here by the red shirts. Ronquillo mishits.
And that was definitely an awkward angle for Ronquillo. Tough angle for him.
And Coach Clamor was upset. He's telling Vince Lorenzo he should have gone the other side.
To Wendell Miguel, who was very much open.
Bad pass there by Miguel. Ronquillo looking for the angle, missed it again. Back-to-back errors for J.M. Ronquillo. And a timeout here for Coach Dexter Clamor. They're still up by 3.
Ayan ang sinasabi ko. Kapag ginagawa natin yung ibang bagay, tapos sundan natin ang mali, doon sila nakakahabol. Hey, JM, again, huwag mo ilihis sa blocker. Mag-establish yung block, gamitin mo yung block para makascore ka. Huwag mo iiwas. Kasi ang tendency, it's either not over or outside. Okay, next. Basta paano yung wala, may kumukover. Wala. You need to do side out. Side out. Okay? Side out, right away. Side out. Go, 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 go. Let's go, signal. Signal.
Clearly, the timeout was to just reorganize because they're starting to commit consecutive errors in this set. And Coach Dex Clamor also giving Ronquillo some short reminders in terms of attacking tendencies, because he has the tendency to doubt his angles or to avoid the blockers, which forces him to commit more errors. And right now, they can't afford more errors because the King Crunchers starting to close the gap.
King Crunchers working on the 2-point run, courtesy of errors by the HD Spikers. Miguel gets it through the double block.
Miguel. Again, one of the veteran attackers here for the HD Spikers has a lot of experience playing for this squad and playing against the King Crunchers. Perfect angle for him.
And that's the side out Coach Clamor was asking for. Back to a 4-point lead for the HD Spikers. But Jude Garcia not done yet. That's going to be 35 already.
And when you activate the Jude Garcia, that's going to be deadly. Take a look at this one. Another one from the back row.
Meantime, Ramirez will return, replacing Wendell Miguel, who's slightly limping as he steps out of the playing court. Pembagalay serving for the King Crunchers, down by 3 points. If they're going to make a comeback, it has to happen now. Good pass by Lorenzo. That's into the net from Ramirez off the bench.
Ramirez seems like he wasn't ready for that one. Errors of the HD Spikers giving the King Crunchers more confidence here.
Mandal blocked, but it goes outside off Saura.
Definitely all power in that hit of Jao Mandal. Going for the hands of Saura. And this is what Coach Clamor was saying. Challenge the hands of the blockers.
Martin Bugawan checks in. Garcia blocked. Martin Bugawan, what an entry. Perfect timing.
And this is what we talked about earlier. Players contributing off the bench. And again, this was against Jude Garcia. Ganda ng habol ni Bugawan.
And back to a 4-point cushion, the biggest lead for the HD Spikers here in set number 5. More importantly, they're only 3 points away from winning. And there is going to be a violation against Intara, I believe. And a timeout for Coach Tai Bulit as the HD Spikers now up by 5.
Hey, what's up? Kaya pa to. Sige, wala. Get quiet, get quiet. Tuloy, move forward. Pwede ba? Masahan lang natin na. Isa-isa lang. Go, 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 go.
1 point at a time. That has got to be their mindset right now because the HD Spikers is 2 points away from taking this match, but they need 5 points to close this gap. So they need to focus on 1 point at a time. They can't afford to commit errors. They have to play consistently. But right now, they have the advantage. They have 3 attackers on the front row. Definitely a luxury here for Ish Polvorosa.
Short pass. Garcia blocked again. This time Garcia could be fatigue setting in, but back-to-back times Garcia been blocked. There's a net touch challenge by the King Crunchers. So right now they're grasping on straws because if this is unsuccessful, it is going to be match point for the HD Spikers.
And with Jude Garcia contributing such big numbers, you just know that he's gonna be a go-to player at this end stretch of the set, a crucial moment. And the HD Spikers just playing smart, establishing that 3-man block against Jude Garcia.
And that's the only thing you can do, actually. I mean, just set it up and hope you get a block. And twice already, they've picked up blocks against Garcia. And Coach Taibun did hoping against hope that there was a net touch before the ball hit the floor. There is a touch. So there is a net fault. So successful challenge for Garcia. He picks up another point and keeps the hopes alive as the HD Spikers just at 13 points so far. But Martin Bugawan changes that. HD Spikers now with 5 match points.
What an impact player. Martin Bugawan, not just contributing in that net defense, but smart attack as well. Not forcing a lot of power. Perfect placement for him.
14 serving 9. A match point given up on the service fault by JM Ronquillo. He's not happy about it, but they still have 4 match points left. And Coach Clamore will talk it over. Calls his first time out here in set number 5.
Alright. Magsaserve. Wait. Magdo-double sub sila. So si Isay dito. Si Isay wala pa naman nabablock. So, favorite pa rin. And ikaw dito. Oh, yan. Simple. You have 2 options. Ito. Depende sa bola.
Go.
Guys, ikaw bahala. Pero check mo yung spacing. Guys, distansya ka naman. Mas magawa
A good first ball, and it's up to Retamar what kind of play he's gonna do. They just need 1 more point. He has 3 attackers on the front row. 2 spikers rather, because he's currently on the front row.
All right, big serve for Jewel Asia, who will check in to replace Ish Polvorosa. Isay Marasigan also coming in for Francis Saura. 4 match points against the King Crunchers. Good pass. Retamar, Ronquillo for the win. Sumanggid pops it up. Garcia blocked again by Bugawan. They will go back to Jude Garcia. Vince Lorenzo pops it up. Umandal for the win. It's outside. All right, so Coach Clamore will not challenge. A double sub coming in for the HD Spikers, Casanya Calado, to replace Ronquillo and Retamar.
Number 18, Casanya in. Number 17 out. Number 6,
Clearly, Coach Dex wants a complete front row, more offensive options. And I mean, it was Casanya doing the playmaking in the first 2 sets that they won.
Casanya, Umandal. Popped up by Sumanggid. Asia tosses it. Garcia. Lorenzo again with a dig. Here's Calado for the win. Got it! Mark Calado wins it.
And this is where the HD Spikers has got to maximize the depth of their lineup. Again, we keep mentioning it. Everyone contributing as a starter off the bench. It's really a good mix of players, and this is what lacked in their game against the Vosge, the one that they bowed down to in 5 sets. And right now, they are really showing that they have found that better chemistry as a team, talking about the HD Spikers.
And as intense as the battle was on the court there, friends, at the end of the match, HD Spikers, they gave up 3 match points, but they still came up on top in the end, 15-11. They win in 5 against the King Crunchers.
Phil Sports Arena for your Spikers Surf 2024, and right now I am with the best player of this match, who is JM Ronquillo. Congratulations, JM. Napaka-unpredictable ng game na to hanggang dulo, talagang sagutan. No? Binigyan kayo ni Jude Garcia ng napakagandang challenge, but it was really your composure in the 5th set na talagang nagsalba sa inyo sa larong ito. How was the experience?
Grabe lang yung feeling na up na kami by 2 and almost matatalo pa kami ng reverse sweep. Pero thank God, hindi. Binigyan niya kami ng strength. Nalagpasan namin yung struggles na to, and hopefully may lesson learned to sa amin na kung kaya tapusin talaga, tapusin na lang talaga.
JM, bago yung game, kanina nag-usap tayo, sabi mo sa akin na nag-focus ka sa defense mo sa likod at saka sa service mo. Naging satisfied ka ba sa performance mo today?
Kung mapapanood naman, hindi talaga. Lalo yung last point, service error pa. So marami pa talaga akong tatrabahuhin.
Alright, JM, meron ka ba mga gustong batiyan?
Binabati ko ulit mami ko, daddy ko, Kuya Eril, Kuya Eman, kay Sam, kay Stephen, and kay JP Bugawan. Sana makarecover agad siya. And kay Sir Ogie, belated happy birthday Sir Ogie, and sa mga friends ko dyan sa Lipa. Yun lang.
Alright, once again, the best player of this match is JM Ronquillo. Balik sa inyo, Eric Anaya.
Alright, thank you, Mika Abesamis. Congratulations, JM Ronquillo. First game in double digits for the HD Spikers with 12 points as you look at highlights of set number 5.
I mean, it was really a challenge for the King Crunchers as the Signal HD Spikers really started strong, everyone contributing, errors also piling up for the King Crunchers. It was really a question of consistency for them, and also the Signal HD Spikers having players, having that depth who are able to perform. Martin Bugawan off the bench, Mark Calado off the bench as well. And as you see the numbers, HD Spikers out-attacking the King Crunchers in that 5th set. 11 for the HD Spikers, only 4 for the King Crunchers. Definitely not enough a number. No blocks registered for the King Crunchers, only 1 for the HD Spikers, despite the fact that the HD Spikers committed more errors in that 5th set.
All right, coming up on Wednesday, we'll be back here at the Phil Sports Arena. Chichi DHTSI will take on Savoy Spin Doctors in our first game at 4 p.m. and then VNS Griffins against PGJC Navy at 6 p.m. A doubleheader on Wednesday's Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. Big 5-set win by Lloyd Josafat and the HD Spikers. 12 points for J.M. Ronquillo, one of 3 players in double digits, as they beat their nemesis, the King Crunchers, again in 5 sets. Thanks to our director, Koyo Panko, for Mika Abisabis, my partner, Ayala Soniero. I'm Eric Tipan. We'll see you again next time for more Invitational Conference of the Spikers Turf right here on Pilipinas Live.